KOFO is your sports source for East Central Kansas and home of Ottawa University Brave Sports. And tonight we welcome you to the Kessinger Show, live from Primetime Grill at Fusion Alley in South Ottawa. You can join us live at Primetime Grill during the show and enjoy their delicious Kansas cuisine while we share some time with OU Braves head football coach Kit Kessinger. Tonight's show is brought to you by Primetime Grill at 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive in South Ottawa and by Ottawa University. Now, live from Primetime Grill, here's your host, Bob Johnson.
Live and in living color, live from Primetime Grill, located at 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive in South Ottawa. It's time now for the Kent Kessinger Show on 1220 at 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com. I am Bob Johnson. Thank you for joining us. It is packed here at Primetime Grill. There are people congregating around, rejoicing because head coach Kit Kessinger is here. Coach, welcome to the program.
Yeah, I don't know if it's all that. It could be the burritos that they're serving.
Well, that could be it because now not only do you have the regular menu that Primetime Grill has come to be known for, but now they have the Poncho Super Cheese and Super Chili and Cheese burritos Tuesday nights here at Primetime Grill. So live, living color. There are people standing. There are people chowing
There's
down.
a wait line.
There's a wait line.
Yep.
So absolutely fantastic to see a great crowd here. You know what was really good, though?
What's that, Bob?
A win on Saturday over
Yeah, it was pretty good, wasn't it?
Oklahoma Panhandle State University.
It was. It was well worth the trip going all the way down there to do that, huh?
It was well worth the trip. Saw a lot of sights. Saw a lot of nothing also.
A lot of air.
A lot of air. It was basically Texas light in some of the areas where Western Texas light.
Right. Yeah, pretty much.
But the stadium that is referred to as No Man's Land was truly No Man's Land.
Yeah, well, it's a very appropriate name for it.
In Ottawa, you had a chance after the game, break down the film, take a look at everything. What surprised you that maybe you didn't see on game day after breaking down that film?
First of all, I thought that we made some really good plays as a whole team. We had special teams was outstanding to be able to create a couple turnovers. We did what I told you to start off the beginning of the game that we had to do was limit our mistakes and maximize and capitalize on their mistakes. And being in the first game, you know that you're going to have quite a few of them, and we did. Defensively, I thought we played well. I talked to our guys just yesterday. We gave them Sunday off because we got back pretty late. We gave them Sunday off, and we came in Monday. We had meetings, and one of the things that I told our team was, if we based everything that we did off of practice, we should have had about 25 sacks and all this. And we ended up with, 2 sacks and about, I think, 4 tackles for loss. But we have to be able to adapt when we get into games, and it's different playing people not the same day every day, And I think that was a good learning thing for us is that we need to still every week and every day go out and try to improve what we're doing and then hopefully find some continuity, particularly on offense.
The offense in the first half did have some struggles. 20-20, guys were able to move up and down. Run game was great, but in the second half, you started to make some inroads and get some momentum. And I think a lot of credit, I would say, especially in the second half, to the offensive line.
Yeah, I talked to Arnold Mendoza, one of our tackles, and he said, that he felt that we really started to kind of come together in the third quarter. And, fortunately or unfortunately, fortunately for us as a team, we made a lot of, 2 punt blocks for touchdowns, a pick 6 for a touchdown. So there was at least three possessions in a row that we didn't have the ball. and they started a fourth possession that ran the clock out. So for basically all but one opportunity in the fourth quarter, the offense had the football. So we weren't able to kind of capitalize and build upon some of that good things that we had going in the third quarter. But I think that hopefully that kind of overlaps into this week, into our practice, and maybe makes the guys a little bit hungry to continue to improve on that sort of deal. But they did. The offensive line started getting the zone blocking going and protecting the quarterback a little bit more. But we did a lot of running. On Saturday.
But it worked.
Yeah.
It worked very well. And Derek Curtis with a great day. David Johnson ran well.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good to see that the two-headed monster there. And then James Reeder should be coming back here at some point in time soon.
He was able to go through practice, run a little bit yesterday, and then go through take some reps today. So hopefully we can build him into the rotation as we get to the end of the week and be able to use all three of those guys.
It was hot.
Oh, yeah.
It was
and windy.
And windy.
Yep.
It was a dry heat, but that, still hot, still pretty hot. But how did your team fare throughout that game? I saw a lot of cramping and such, but afterwards, everyone okay?
Yeah, I think that they still had a little bit of the lingering effects on Monday when we went and did a little bit of conditioning, a little running. You could still see that we were dragging a little bit, which is good that we had a light day, and we're able to kind of get them some rest that day. And then also, we didn't have to get up at the crack of dawn this morning to go to practice either. We were able to do our regular afternoon practice, and I think it'll allow us to, get back and, going strong here this weekend. But that wind coupled with that heat, it was just sucking the water right out of you. And I mean, we went through, I don't know how much water. We emptied all the water that they had given us, what we had brought. We emptied all the Gatorade. After the game, we had more than 200 water bottles, and then we stopped and we bought more Gatorade, 2 Gatorades for each guy on the way back. And then hopefully we were able to fill up some water when we stopped again. So yeah, it was a lot of getting a lot of fluids back into our body.
How did everything go today, practice wise? What do you feel like that they've shaken that off a little bit now?
Yeah, I think so. Typical Tuesday practice. It was a little muggy here today, but Tuesday practices, when we're inserting, the defense and the offense that we're going to see, you're a little sluggish with not sluggish as we were slow, not trying to give good effort, but you have to stop and correct and then get them lined up in the places that you want it. So it's not usually a very smooth practice on Tuesday, but talk to them afterwards. They gave great effort, they hustled, and I think that's going to be the thing that helps build our team as we go week in and week out. It's just to continue to keep working. But yeah, they did a pretty good job. We'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow should be a much better day, and then hopefully Thursday we're really hitting on all cylinders.
We're going to take our first break of the evening right here. And when we come back, we're going to do something that I'm not sure that I ever thought that we would do on this program, but we're going to give some special teams love. We're going to discuss some special teams and the success that they had this last weekend down in Oklahoma. A reminder, come on out to Primetime Grill at 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive here in Ottawa. Tonight, as we mentioned, the Super Cheese and Super Chili and Cheese burritos, the Ponchos burritos. So,
right.
This is the real deal recipe.
Historic Ottawa landmark.
And people are enjoying those here. But there's all kinds of different appetizers and food and desserts and burgers that you can find here at Primetime Grill at 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive here in Ottawa. Take a break. We'll be back. You're listening to The Kent Kessinger Show on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
It's the perfect combination of food, fun, and football. The Kent Kessinger Show, Tuesday nights at Primetime Grill. And that combination just got even better, because now you can enjoy the show while you enjoy a blast from the past. Poncho's Super Cheese or Super Chili and Cheese Burrito. That's right, Poncho's Super Cheese or Super Chili and Cheese Burritos are back, and they're only at Primetime Grill on Tuesdays. Enjoy all of your other menu favorites, the full-service bar, and more at Primetime Grill, 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive. For game time and Poncho's Burritos, it's prime time. 132 conference championships, 146 NAIA scholar teams, 43 NAIA national tournament appearances, and 237 All-Americans. Ottawa University has a long and rich tradition of Braves athletes that continue to compete at the highest level of competition, utilizing state-of-the-art facilities, accomplished coaches, and a spirit that only comes from wearing the black and gold. Push yourself to limits you never imagined as a student athlete at Ottawa University. Visit ottawa.edu/OUKS.
There's another exciting Eastern Kansas Auction Barn on-site auction coming up Sunday, September 26 at 11 a.m. It's the Walton Connie Stores Moving Auction, 2183 North 100 Road in Wellsville. Among the items up for bids is a mint condition 1931 Ford Model A wide bed pickup. You gotta see this, and you can at kansasauctions.net. While there, have a look at all of the items, including a classic McCormick Farm All Cub tractor. Call Daryl Stottlemyre, 785-241-0208. That's Sunday, September 26, 2183 North 100 Road in Wellsville.
KOFO Radio in Ottawa is looking for just the right person to join our marketing department. The right person might have a background in business-to-business sales, will be outgoing, upbeat, a team player, and eager to learn. We'll give you the time-tested and proven tools and training to help you be successful. You supply the positive attitude, drive, and hard work. Send your resume to KOFO@KOFO.com or drop it by the KOFO studios at 320 East Radio Road, Ottawa, Kansas, during regular business hours. No phone calls, please. KOFO is an equal opportunity employer.
This is a hideaway storm shelter. Get yours at Trindle Lumber, 1516 South Main in Ottawa.
When it rains, do you think of the sustaining and beautiful balance of nature? Or do you worry about your basement?
Honey, I need another bucket and some more towels.
When it comes to rain and your basement, just dial Dials, 785-418-8211. Dials Construction specializes in foundation and basement repair, doing the job right the first time, so you can enjoy nature when it happens.
Honey, can you kind of hurry up? I'm swimming upstream here.
For your foundation and basement needs, dial Dials, 785-418-8211.
Back here live from Primetime Grill, the home of the Ken Kessinger Show, and now the home of Poncho's Super Cheese and Super Chili and Cheese Burritos. 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive in Ottawa. Not only that, but it's also the home of Ottawa University Braves bowling teams and the bowling alley, Fusion Alley. So a great place to come, get some food, hang out, talk football.
On Tuesdays, for sure.
On Tuesdays, definitely. Absolutely.
I mean, you can talk it on other days, I suppose.
True.
Bring your friends down, talk a little football.
Speaking of which, there won't be a split season. It sounds like it. That we're going to plow through.
We're plowing through this one. We have no splits. We have no options but to play week in and week out.
And if somebody's not able to play, it's forfeited.
Forfeited. Yep.
So it's what it probably should have been last year, but
exactly.
But
I mean, especially in the spring.
Yeah. People just decided not to play.
Week of the game.
The week of yes, that was such a wonderful piece of news that was received.
Yep.
But it's good. At least they finally have settled on that. And
yeah,
it seems like that everybody has got their COVID protocols worked out and kind of got a system going.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to there's going to be some similarities to last year. A lot of it depends on, the protocols that they're working with is there's a difference between those that are vaccinated and those that are not vaccinated. So some have to go into quarantine, some don't. And that's the big kicker is who's going to be in, how long they're going to be in, and when do they get to get out. But as opposed to last year when you're sending, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 guys into quarantine, you won't be doing that as much this year, which is good. So we may lose some key people along the way, but we won't lose as many.
It's not a mandate that everybody gets vaccinated in the conference, is it?
No. Each school kind of sets their own precedent on that. And Ottawa's right now is that if they expect you to get vaccinated, but it is not mandatory.
And with that, which is, I think there's a lot of confusion out there with that, and also controversy. But I mean, it only makes sense that if you don't want to be the guy that costs your team a victory.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to be that. You don't want to be that guy. So, part of that is just being smart and following the protocols that we put in together last year. About washing your hands, wearing a mask. Those sort of things. Keeping your social distance. All those things will help mitigate it. But then also vaccination helps too, because that's where you get into the point where how long are you gonna be in quarantine or not. But yeah, that's still individual choice. And, we work with adults. That's one of the things when you work with 18 to 24-year-olds, by legality, they're adults. Let's put it that way. It's a lot of years working with them. So the level, it usually turns out pretty good by the time they're done.
Well, that there's something to be said, especially with players that I've talked to with the Where Are They Now segments.
Yeah.
They seem to be doing okay.
That's right. It's fun to watch them. It's fun to watch them grow up, and to see them change over the years. That's probably the most fulfilling thing about coaching.
Getting to see where they've grown into, and knowing that you might have played a part, that's got to make you feel good.
Yeah, it does. It's one of those things that you like to tell, great stories about people, and particularly if they had to overcome some kind of a hardship. Those are the best movies, right?
Yes.
So the same thing in real life. Those are the best stories to be able to tell about those kids. And you've seen in 18 years being here, I've seen 1 or 2 or 100 of those stories. So it's cool.
18 years, huh?
18 seasons, yeah, somewhere in there.
Feels like maybe 2.
That too, yeah. It's gone by that so fast.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that.
Okay. As we let into break, and I know everybody's hanging on.
Yeah, because we teased.
We teased that.
The tease.
This is something I never thought we would do on this program, because we've seen the struggles of special teams, the adventures of special teams, the Benny Hill music playing in the background, yakety sax sometimes. But man, on Saturday, what a fantastic performance! Really, just one play that I'm sure that if they had back would be different. But man, what a great job by the special teams.
Yeah, I thought Coach Coombs did a great job of preparing our guys for Saturday, and the guys played with a lot of energy. I mean, you could tell at the beginning of the game, particularly on our punting, that we got really close on the first one, and then they were kind of itching to go get after that guy, and then we got him a little rattled. He dropped the ball one time, and then he started taking a lot of time, and next thing you know, we've got 2 block punts for touchdowns because we were able to scoop and score on it.
The punter for the Aggies was really slow after a while. I mean it was like somebody hit the slow motion button to watch him punt. So the special teams did a great job, really, of getting into their special teams head and accomplishing something that Ottawa University special teams hasn't done since 2010. With the 2 block punts returned for touchdowns. Yeah,
that's pretty outstanding. I mean, I don't ever know any about those things until you guys tell me later, but that's pretty awesome that we were able to do that. And then, the other special teams, like Michael Corrales kicked extremely well. He had one low extra point that ended up getting blocked, but otherwise his kicks were solid. And he missed 1 field goal from 37, but we were playing. And for the people at home that didn't get a chance to notice, we played on the east-west field, and that wind was coming out of the south at sustained probably 17 to 20 miles an hour, just completely. And so it's like hitting a high, lofty, wet lob shot. You just don't really know where it's going to land and going to go to. And he tried to play it as far left as he could, and it still squeaked out the right side because of the wind.
Well, not only just the blocks and the kick, he kicked the special teams forced turnovers also on the returns, which was good. But I want to talk about Michael Corrales' flop.
Yeah, it was interesting.
First of all, I thought the Incredible Hulk was out there as the official.
Yes.
Grabbed him and just threw him back 5 yards.
Yeah.
But I thought the theatrics itself was first class. Chef's kiss.
Yes. Yeah. No, it was. Coach Coombs told me that on Sunday afternoon when we got in together, he'd watched it about 10 times. So, and he laughed every time that he did it. So we give Mike we kind of kid around a little bit because he's got a little bit of Rey Mysterio in him, and so we were wondering if we were going for a little bit of the old wrestling stuff. Yeah.
The way he flew like a luchador. There's no doubt.
No, he did. He did. It was pretty good. So he's a funny kid. He's a pretty good kid. And I've never heard a kicker talk that much stuff.
My question is, did he think that it was somebody from Oklahoma Wesley or Oklahoma Panhandle State?
No, I don't know. He was in there saying something because he for a kicker, he's got, in 2 years he's got 2 personal fouls. How does a kicker get a personal foul? It's beyond me how that happens, but he's managed to do it. So he's just out there. He's not backing down from anybody. This kicker ain't backing down from nobody.
He kind of went to the Pat McAfee school of kicking.
I think so. A shorter version. Yeah, a shorter version.
Well,
but yeah, it definitely has a little bit of Pat McAfee in him. The flop, though, that's reminiscent of maybe Michael Siebold.
Oh,
going way back to Bull.
Yes. Siebold's flop was incredible, but I gotta say, I think Corrales topped it.
Yeah. Well, he watches a lot of soccer, so you guys know about flopping.
My first thought was Neymar.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
In all those memes from the World Cup, what was it, the 2016 World Cup? Where they had him rolling through everything.
Right.
But no, I was impressed with that flop, but I was impressed that he got in there. I mean, most kickers are trying to veer.
No,
get away.
Not him. He's gonna stick his nose in there and battle around.
That is my kind of kicker, right there.
He is. He's a different kicker type. You think Casey would ever done that?
I don't think Casey would have flopped. No. I don't think he's that kind of guy.
No.
He was.
We'll have to get Michael. We'll have to get Michael and Adam here sometime.
Yes, I think that would be great. We continue to have this, especially the great play with the special teams.
Yeah.
They have got to have a spot.
We did, definitely.
And as a matter of fact, I will ask Mr. Casey Weeder if he would have flopped, the next time that he's with me on the air.
I think you should.
Memory bank on that.
There you go. Put it down.
We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we're going to discuss the game this weekend in Winfield as the Braves open KCAC play against Southwestern. We also have to give our obligatory shout-outs. I missed those last week, so we gotta do that this week. Let our people, our public, if you will, know that we're here for them. Hey, don't forget Super Chili Cheese and the Super Cheese Burritos, the Ponchos ones in the house tonight. So come on down and join us. But if you're not in the mood for that, they have burgers and sandwiches, prime courses, appetizers. There's a kids menu. There's sweets for desserts. And there's Coach Kessinger to give you hugs. It's the Kent Kessinger Show here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
Tired of the same boring burgers from yet another national chain? Break that chain with a visit to Ottawa's locally owned and operated Primetime Grill. What have they got? How about 8 kinds of salad for lunches that are light on calories and loaded with flavor? Maybe you'd like a big, crispy platter of fish and chips. Hot wings? Pork loin. Of course, if you still want that burger, you can choose from 7 mouth-watering options. Primetime Grill. What are you in the mood for?
Ottawa University has positioned itself as a distinctive and rapidly expanding institution, known for its innovative educational models, exceptional exceptional value, and special ability to prepare diverse student populations for lifetimes of enlightened faith, exemplary service, inspired leadership, and personal significance. With numerous undergraduate and graduate degrees in business, education, arts and sciences, athletics, and more, you'll gain the specific expertise you need for a lifetime of significance and prosperity. Find out more by visiting ottawa.edu/OUKS.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hey y'all, this is your girl Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code EARN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code EARN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code EARN.
When you have trouble sleeping, it's tough. When kids have trouble sleeping,
Mom, I can't sleep. Dad, just one more story?
for nights like this, try Vicks Pure Z's Kids. Our great tasting gummies are specially formulated for kids with a unique blend of botanicals and a low dose of melatonin to support their natural sleep cycle. Best of all, they're drug-free and non-habit forming. Help your child fall asleep naturally with Pure Z's Kids Gummies. Consult with a doctor before use. For ages 4 and up.
Summer might be ending, but the rest and relaxation are year-round. From cooling mattresses with snow technology to crisp new sheets, Casper's Labor Day sale has everything you need for a restful night's sleep. For a limited time, enjoy 15% off select mattresses, 10% off pillows, sheets, and more with Casper's Labor Day sale online at Casper.com or in a store near you. Go ahead, treat yourself to better sleep. You deserve it. Exclusions apply while supplies last. See Casper.com for more details.
This is Dr. Ken Frank of Frank Eye Center. Glad to bring you Royals Recap mornings on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Live, it is the Kent Kessinger Show on 1220 at 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com. I'm Bob Johnson, head coach Kent Kessinger to my left. If you were here, of course, if you're facing the stage and looking at us, that would be your right, but it's my left.
That's right. On the radio dial.
On the radio dial. And any other cliche you want to throw out there. But great crowd here tonight, so it's good to see everybody here.
They're all for the burrito.
Yeah, super cheese and the super chili and cheese burritos from Poncho's here tonight at Primetime Grill, 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive in South Ottawa. Any truth to the rumor that OU will be a expansion team in the Big 12?
I don't think yet. No,
Yet.
no.
Okay.
Still doing it. I think they're negotiating that.
This OU to replace the other OU.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Just goes, it's easy. That way they don't have to change too many of the designs or just a color here or there. But if they do everything in black and white, who can tell?
Or if they're dogs, it doesn't matter because it's just black, white, or gray.
Right. I think we'd have a chance against KU.
I think, I could put together 22 guys and have a chance against KU.
Yeah.
Oh well, we'll leave that one alone right now because that we could go for the rest of the show on that one. We got to say hello. Hello to everybody.
I was able to say my hellos. Got those in last week.
Okay.
But we'll still. I mean, now we had some movement. You probably don't even know this.
No.
Well, the Millers out in Norton.
Yeah.
Are here on this side of the state now.
What?
Yes. Yeah, so they're local, so they actually could come down on Tuesday nights.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I don't know if we have anybody in Norton listening right now.
Still
because they're
calls.
now around the greater Kansas City, Lewisburg metropolitan area. So we got them.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. We got Amy.
Yes. Hello, Amy.
Yeah. We have my folks.
Yes.
And my mother-in-law that are listening for sure. The Grogans generally listen.
Yes. Doris and Jim, hello.
Jim. Hello.
My mom and aunt.
Your mom and aunt.
Yeah.
For sure. Still.
I do believe so.
That's a lot of years in a row.
That's a lot of years in a row.
They should get, we should have some kind of, trophies or something for all these longtime listeners.
Yeah, a plaque.
Mm-hmm.
Put the names on.
Yeah, just like.
Yeah. You could get your name added to that if you tweet at us.
Right. Twitter, Instagram.
Yes.
Facebook. Any of the social medias.
Well, I don't do Snapchat.
No.
Because I'm under the age of 25.
Right.
I'm not under that age. So.
You could tweet out or to Coach Davis.
Yes.
And then his 23,000 followers will also see your tweet.
The single greatest man on social media.
Pretty darn close.
Yes.
Pretty darn close.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So hello to everybody out there.
Yeah, got rid of the fax machine a couple
Yeah. We still have the modem.
The modem? Yeah.
And Mr. De La Torre out there, hello to him.
Yeah, I mean, they're even saying hi here.
Yeah,
They're saying hi to you in person.
You can't beat that.
No, absolutely.
But you know what you can beat?
What?
Mound Builder this weekend.
Absolutely. That's our aim and our goal.
You've got a game under your belts, looking to grow upon it. As we mentioned in the post game, you always say that your biggest growth is from week 1 to week 2, or in this case, week 0 to week 1. Southwestern hasn't played a game, so there are going to be a lot of question marks on what you're going to see on Saturday.
Yeah, there's a little bit of the unknown. I mean, you can look at their 2-deep roster and see who is back. I mean, it should be fairly recent in our guys' memory because the last game that we did play was against them, and it wasn't a whole year ago. I mean, it was just back in April. So there should be a little bit of familiarity. You got to think that there's going to be some things that they ran toward the end of the year that they're going to continue to do this year. They've got the great running back. Keyshawn is back. They have a really solid tight end and receiver offensively. So those are some guys that potentially can cause you some troubles. Defensively, I talked to our receivers today. They're starting 4 guys in the secondary. 2 of them were starters last year. 2 of them were backups. But they're all basically the 4 guys that are starting have experience. They lose Grant Torgerson, their linebacker, their middle linebacker. He graduated and moved on. But they still got some solid guys in the linebacking core and up front. So they're going to be a really good football team that we're going to face.
You mentioned about the quarterback position. Emilio Monsivas was playing last year. The original starter was hurt. Tore up his knee.
Yep.
And Emilio still listed as the starter coming into this week's game. You bring up Keyshawn Wyatt, who ran for 152 yards, so the defense is really going to have to keep their eye on him. Do you see this as being a team that's you're going to have to be more focused on the run against?
Well, with the receiving core that they have, you're going to have to be able to be pretty balanced with it. But I would think that some of their biggest strength is obviously their run game. Now, when they had their previous quarterback got hurt in the Avila game, which was the week before us, or maybe 2 weeks before we played, he was a much better zone read guy, can run a little bit more, was really pretty dynamic as being able to be a runner and a thrower. And that causes a lot of problems because now you got the running back you got to focus on, but then you got to look at the quarterback. You can't lose track of him. And then the next thing you know, you're trying to figure on playing the run, whether it's the quarterback and the running back, and then they're making big plays in the passing game. So, I think that we're still going to have to watch for that, but we'll definitely focus on making sure that we stop the run. I think that's a key to any defensive coach going into any game, stop the run.
We saw it on this last Saturday with the Aggies, who pretty much brought everybody within 10 yards into the box defensively against the Braves offense. And I would imagine that you might start out to see that this Saturday with Southwestern. How do you all try to circumvent that and maybe get something going with the passing game?
Well, we have to play better at the quarterbacking position and receiving core. We have to be able to play pitch and catch. But more along the lines, one of the things that I pointed out to the quarterbacks in the last 2 days of meetings is that we have to basically be able to count numbers, because we give them an option to be able to get us into better plays if the numbers aren't in the right place. It's not like we're calling 2 plays and they check between the 2, but they've always got an option. If it looks like there's a lot of guys in the box, then there's probably not a lot of guys someplace else. Let's find that spot and let's put our guys into it. I mean, that is the base part of our offense, is get it to the guys that can make plays in space, wherever that is. Now, sometimes that space is handing it off up the middle. Sometimes the space is outside on a short pass or down the field a little bit. But any way that we look at it, we want to be able to do that. And that's going to fall into our quarterbacks, hopefully now having a game underneath their belt, having a little bit more comfortability in looking out there and confidence that they can get us into some good stuff.
You mentioned it on Saturday in the post game, and does it still hold true for this week that we'll probably continue to see a rotation at quarterback?
Yeah, we're probably going to see a little bit of a rotation in quarterback. Where 2 things that we've got going for us right now is going into the end of the last week, we're still working with Lachlan Poor and getting his stuff taken care of eligibility wise. I mean, he graduated. It was just getting the final transcripts in to where we could verify them, and that finally got done Friday as we were traveling down to Panhandle State, which, as my job and our job as coaches, we prepare throughout the week. We're not hoping and wishing. We wait till we see a little bit more of a validity. So now this week he's going to get a few more reps and adds a little bit of an older component, potentially to the mix for us.
One thing I noticed at a couple of times with the receivers, and maybe it may not be that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, but it seemed like, especially this last Saturday, the receivers had some of the height advantage, but really wasn't using it to their full advantage. Yeah, I know.
We talked about going and getting the ball, and we have some good length at receiver this year added in, and we just got to go get the ball. And they'll complain. I always hear receivers, it does not necessarily this fall, but anytime it's like, I got PI, and they go, well, it's not PI if you don't go get the ball, because the officials is going to wave it off. You go get the ball, you got a shot at getting that. So, and then that opens up the defender to be a little bit more timid, which then opens your opportunities to even make more plays. So I think that we're covered that. We worked on today. We worked on little things like how we run our routes, get open, talking about scheme, but at the same time being more physical in the run game, blocking, which then hopefully allow them to get more confidence in all the things they're doing, go get the ball. And I think that that's part of the learning progression, because we have some couple older guys like Colton Davis. He was out for basically like a week and a half during fall camp, so he's just getting back into it. So it's nice to be able to have him back. Dylan Foose was like the basically the returner. We had to move some people around. We had Jermaine in it at our slot, and now we can move him back out to our outside receiver with Colton coming back. So Colton, Davis, and Gunner Madeir can be in there in the slot. And, it's just I think hopefully this week we'll have a pretty good semblance of getting that 2 and maybe 3s in some cases, just to get a little bit more continuity, because it was the shell game last week through COVID protocol, through injuries here and there, through getting everybody's eligibility taken care of for the first game, as it usually is, but that was our shell game.
Real quick before we take our final break, you brought up about how receivers want to talk about PI, things like that. Do you think the rules making it tougher on the defensive backs has actually worked against wide receivers, maybe making them, I don't want to say softer, but not as aggressive maybe?
Yeah, I don't know, because still in the college game you can do a lot. You can do a whole lot to I always tell the guys, rubbing is racing. You can bang a little bit more than you can do in the pros. The pros, that can't even touch you, after 5 yards. You can still do quite a bit of that, and they'll look at me and I'll be like, it's not PI. You're gonna have to learn how to play through it. And I think more along the lines is they will become more confident as they get to start to develop the relationship with their quarterbacks, from the pitch and the catch point of view. And that's where 10 more practices, we would be much further ahead of the game.
We're going to take our final break of the night. When we come back, are you going to be ready to play the pyramid?
Sure.
So we will play the 25-cent and the half bag of Dorito pyramid when we come back. But first, our final break of the night. You're listening to the Ken Kessinger Show on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
It's the perfect combination of food, fun, and football. The Kent Kessinger Show, Tuesday nights at Primetime Grill. And that combination just got even better, because now you can enjoy the show while you enjoy a blast from the past. Poncho's Super Cheese or Super Chili and Cheese Burrito. That's right, Poncho's Super Cheese or Super Chili and Cheese Burritos are back, and they're only at Primetime Grill on Tuesdays. Enjoy all of your other menu favorites, the full-service bar, and more at Primetime Grill, 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive. For game time and Poncho's Burritos, it's prime time. 132 conference championships, 146 NAIA scholar teams, 43 NAIA national tournament appearances, and 237 All-Americans. Ottawa University has a long and rich tradition of Braves athletes that continue to compete at the highest level of competition, utilizing state-of-the-art facilities, accomplished coaches, and a spirit that only comes from wearing the black and gold. Push yourself to limits you never imagined as a student athlete at Ottawa University. Visit ottawa.edu/OUKS.
KOFO Radio in Ottawa is looking for just the right person to join our marketing department. The right person might have a background in business-to-business sales, will be outgoing, upbeat, a team player, and eager to learn. We'll give you the time-tested and proven tools and training to help you be successful. You supply the positive attitude, drive, and hard work. Send your resume to KOFO@KOFO.com or drop it by the KOFO studios at 320 East Radio Road, Ottawa, Kansas, during regular business hours. No phone calls, please. KOFO is an equal opportunity employer.
Summer might be ending, but the rest and relaxation are year-round. From cooling mattresses with snow technology to crisp new sheets, Casper's Labor Day sale has everything you need for a restful night's sleep. For a limited time, enjoy 15% off select mattresses, 10% off pillows, sheets, and more with Casper's Labor Day sale online at Casper.com or in a store near you. Go ahead, treat yourself to better sleep. You deserve it. Exclusions apply while supplies last. See Casper.com for more details.
Have you received an email, call, or text about winning a sweepstakes you didn't enter? Or for tech support you didn't request? Or even worse, an offer of romance? Don't fall victim to the latest scams. Hi, this is Shelby from Kansas State Bank, encouraging you to protect yourself against these unsolicited attempts to take your money. Recognize these scams by resisting the sense of urgency they create, update your antivirus protection, and don't click on pop-ups. Contact your financial institution immediately to protect your account if you feel you've been targeted. A reminder from Kansas State Bank, member FDIC.
When you have trouble sleeping, it's tough. When kids have trouble sleeping,
Mom, I can't sleep. Dad, just one more story?
For nights like this, try Vicks Pure Z's Kids. Our great tasting gummies are specially formulated for kids with a unique blend of botanicals and a low dose of melatonin to support their natural sleep cycle. Best of all, they're drug-free and non-habit forming. Help your child fall asleep naturally with Pure Z's Kids Gummies. Consult with a doctor before use. For ages 4 and up.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Oh, let it roll. That sounds beautiful. I've missed that music. Yes. Brings a smile to my face, a tear to my eye. Yeah, the 25-cent and a half bag of Dorito Pyramid is back, baby. It's back.
Ready
for a brand new season. Now, for people who have listened or have not listened and are not familiar to the rules, there are 5 answers that I'm going to give you clues on.
5 answers.
You got 60 seconds to get them all right.
Never enough time.
Never enough time, but I think these are. I think the clues are pretty good. But
okay, sometimes
there is a theme to this one.
I like it when we have a theme.
This is a theme, and it may be a pretty recent theme. So, so that
on the the old pyramid, could you see what the theme was, and you chose it?
Well, that was the prior, but like when at the end.
At the end,
yeah,
you had to guess.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah. So those are the rules.
All right,
that's how we work.
Okay.
I mean,
Let's see.
You're
hoping to get one.
You've met the eligibility requirements, so
I'm cleared.
You're cleared for this one.
All right, good.
All right, so let's we're gonna put 60 seconds on that clock.
60 seconds.
And all right, so we're gonna start. We'll start on my first question. Saw a lot of it this past weekend on our trip.
Tumbleweeds, open spaces.
There we go. We go. We did not see a lot of these.
Trees, people, cows, really anything.
When we were in civilization,
cities, people, towns.
You
got me on this one. Pass.
Okay. The greatest part of Saturday, except for the win, the highlights that were being played.
The flop.
Yes. Not great from this past Saturday, where we were stationed.
The press box in the stadium.
Got it. Yes. You asked the official. All right. Well, you got 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
So, you were right on the with the open spaces inside. I also would have accepted sagebrush or dirt.
Yes. Well, plenty of that.
The flopping on the field, you were able to get. The press box, coach's box was correct. You missed on. What if I would have said COVID protocols? If we didn't see a lot of.
No masks.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even get to the final question, but it would have been what you asked the official on Saturday.
How high can you throw the ball up in the air?
Absolutely.
30 feet.
30 feet.
30 feet.
If you went 31, would there have been the flag?
He told me that he'd been officiating for 30 years. And that he didn't look for the ticky-tack boop. And I'm like, I said, are you asking? He asked me if I was asking a question. I said, yes, I'm asking a question. I want to know how high we can throw the ball when we score. And he says, well, I just went to get the ball. So obviously you saw the ball thrown above the top of the uprights.
Yeah. I mean, that was an impressive toss.
It was a heck of a toss. It was long. It was better than some of the quarterbacks' throws that they had.
Yeah, that was. We'll spare Casey Crandall, but yeah. So we've got just a couple minutes left into the program here. About 3 minutes left before we wrap up this week's edition of the Kent Kessinger show here on 1220 103.7 FM. I'm going to leave you the floor. First road game for conference play.
Yeah.
And then you get to come home. It's a big game, though, on Saturday because you got a lot of tough competition here to start.
It is. And I told the guys today at the end of practice that, and I mentioned it also after our game, is that it's for real now. I mean, it's not that going down to Oklahoma and beating Panhandle wasn't a positive thing, because it was really positive for us, and it's going to help us down the road. But here's how we get to the playoffs: is we beat the conference teams. You win the conference championship, you get an automatic bid. You don't have to worry about anybody having to choose you. You don't have to worry about where your rankings are, as long as you're in the top 20. So obviously this game has a lot on it, as well as the rest of them from here on out, because that's what we got, conference play. So that is extremely important. I thought, last year that we had some opportunities that we didn't capitalize on that would have made it, a closer game or a win for us. And I've not heard a Southwestern team jaw as much as they did since I was in college, and Southwestern used to do all the jawing that they did. So I think our guys are fired up to be able to play. And it's going to be a road trip. We've had a good practice as a road trip going down to Oklahoma. So it's time to stay here in the state, go down, play our best. And if we do that, I think we can come back with a victory.
The game will be a 6 o'clock kick. It's 5 o'clock for pregame. You'll hear it here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com. We will talk with Coach Kessinger before the kickoff to get his thoughts heading into it. We'll also have Coordinator's Corner. My plan this week, we're going to catch up with Andy Otto.
Oh, well.
And see
local guy.
See what he's been up to since his days with Otto University. So a lot to get excited about. And, Coach, thank you for joining us again this week.
Yeah, you're welcome. Glad to be here. I actually, surprised you by coming, because I was, cliffhanger.
It was. Yeah. I was concerned.
Yeah.
But I would have been able to carry this along.
Yeah, it would have been interesting. I might just try it sometime. Just sit here and maybe do some Bill Belichick answering.
Oh, well, I think we got a challenge that has been thrown down. We're gonna
no.
Next question.
No. Yes.
That's going to wrap it up for us this week for the Kent Kessinger Show. We'll join you again Tuesday night from Primetime Grill. Thanks for joining us on 1220 and 103.7 FM.
Your number one choice for information, sports, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO, K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
Here's the latest from ABC News. I'm Andy Field. Defending his handling of the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan.
KOFO 1220 and 103.7 FM.